All right, you have a short project here. It actually counts a lot, so make for sure to do it. It's not hard at all. It's probably easier than some of your weekly assignments. Shouldn't take you long to do, and I'm going to kind of go through the requirements with you here. The first thing is you're going to pick out a gene, or not a gene, a disease that you think might have some type of genetic cause. uh, I tell you what, don't do diabetes, because I'm going to do diabetes right here as an example. So nobody can do diabetes, but you can do all the other, any other disease that you can think of that might have some type of genetics involved. And what you do is you're going to go to this website right here. So we're going to go there right now. And it's called Omim, Mendelian Inheritance in Man. And it has a list of diseases in here and the genes that cause them. And you're just going to look on here and find some information in general about the disease. You're going to find different genes and different mutations that have caused it. So I'm going to do diabetes. Now you can do any disease you want except for diabetes that you think. Like, good examples are things like sickle cell anemia, a lot of stuff out there on that. Alzheimer's, Parkinson's disease. There are just a ton of diseases, and if you know of one, pick it. I'm going to do diabetes, and what I get is this list. These are all of the known mutations and genes that are mutated that might be related to diabetes. So let's not choose the first one. Let's go down a few. Here's one. So the official name is diabetes insipidus nephrotic with mental retardation and interracial calcification. So this is like an official name here. That's going to be important. So we'll just click on this real quick, and you're going to get a lot of confusing information. Well, not too much on this one. So here is the text. It's someone describing it. So you may have to go look up some of these terms on somewhere else, but you might be able to find everything right here. In fact, a lot of them you will. You'll just be able to open up and go, oh, there are my answers for everything on the for the project. So we can go and we'll look at this, but there are lots of papers. Now these are going to be very technical. You can look at them if you like. There might be some hints as to some more definitions and things. You don't have to look at the papers. They're not required, but they may give you some hints as to the definitions and things like that if you want to go and do it that way instead of just straight Google. Now, there are other things in here. There are, besides just this page, there are things that have to do with clinical results. So we go to clinical traits. All right, not much on this one. This is probably not the one to go to on for this particular version. So let's go back a little and let's see what else we have. We have gene summaries down here. Now this is where you're going to find the information about the gene and not the disease. So this is going to tell you what the gene does, and you're going to need to know that. You're going to need to know the name of the gene, which is NeuroD1. All right. For instance, this particular gene has to do with neuron differentiation, and after taking this class, you should know what that means now. So this is a pretty important gene, and whatever you need to tell me the gene name, but it's a protein coding gene, so there's going to be a protein involved, and I do ask you to find the protein as well. But the gene encodes a member of the NeuroD family of basic helical transcription factors. We know about that too. So, and in fact, you'll need to, look through here and find the name of that protein. Doesn't have it here, but if you continue looking, you should be able to find the protein that it codes for, or you should be able to look it up. Now that you know it's NeuroD1, you can look that up on the internet and find out the protein coding. You know that it is protein coding right here. So half of your information is right here. This really is how easy it is. If you come to it and it's not this easy, go find another one, because there are a ton of easy ones on here. You shouldn't take more than an hour to write this whole thing. And so if you're taking longer than that, then you probably chose the wrong disease. Go find another disease or another gene that causes that disease, because you have all of this information right here. Now, let's go back again. So that's gene sermons. There's genetic tests. Let's see if we can get here. So these are like tests you can do to see if you have this particular mutation. Not particularly useful, but for this, but there might be something on here. You might find your protein or something here, or maybe some information on the nature of the disease. Now, medical literature. All right. This also is going to be like the other ones. You might want to look through these to kind of get a description maybe of the disease or something like that. But this is a very general, a lot of the information can be found here. In fact, the one I showed you actually had very little, but it gives you the words to go look up on Google. That's the main idea, is that you pick a gene, you find the gene, you find out what it causes, then you kind of go look up maybe elsewhere. But sometimes you can find everything all in one place. Like, let me just choose a different. We'll choose the first one, since that. Yes. So this one has mapping. Let's see, genotype, phenotype. What do we get over here? No. Nope, I don't have anything. That's the same thing. Let's go here. A little bit. Oh, okay. Yeah, look at this. The is a disorder for glucose homeostasis that is characterized by. You don't have to go quite so technical there, but you can maybe do the Google version. But this would all be technically correct if you want to do it this way. Now, clinical features. Now, this is like symptoms and things like that. So this could be helpful to you. Biochemical features. This is telling you more about details. And like I said, this may be too much detail for what I'm asking, but you might want to read over it just to get a better feel, so that you can feel confident that you know what's going on. Again, more about the disease. Now, this is going to be very technical, but I've given you, like I said, if you have the name, you can go find out the clinical features, the etiology, as they say, the symptoms, and the what symptoms come first, and things like that. So there are lots of stuff here. You can even do, like, find out how common it is in certain places in the world and things like that. There's all kinds of interesting things in Omim. And if you know somebody with a disease that they've just discovered that they have it, or maybe even you find that you have, like, you do 23andMe or something, and they tell you that, oh, you have a mutation that may lead to this disease. Well, this is the place you go to find out more about it. I wouldn't put a lot of trust in 23andMe and the other genetic testing systems. It's only a probability. It doesn't mean that you're going to get it, and they're wrong quite a bit. As in, they sequence your genome, and it isn't always as strong as they like to lead you to believe. Now, the relationships. Now, who you're related to. Now, that they do that very well. The disease part, not so much. All right, so get going on this. This is short, minimum of a page. But really a page is all I'm looking for. Let's go back to here. So just give me the official name, symptoms, a treatment. If you can find any treatment, there may not be a treatment. The gene name associated with it, and a protein if there is one, and a description of the gene's function. All right, I'll give you a little example here. And if you can find it, this is the nature of the mutation if it is known. Again, these things may not be known. This one here, treatment, may not be known. So 3 and 6 may not be on everybody's paper, but the others should be. At least one page. That's all. That's the only requirement. And the length is not as important as making sure that you say things that are correct. So you put all of these things down there, and they're correct, you're going to get 100 on it, and this is going to help you with your grade, because this will count more than a regular assignment. So do this easy one. Go learn to use Omim. Hopefully you use later in life as well, when you want to learn about diseases and things, this is a great tool. Learn to use it now. All right.